It felt like we had been driving for ages before a small road appeared on the left-hand side, just as the map said that it would, except that it was a tiny country road with so many twists and turns. At last I caught sight of a small blood-red sign that read, "Welcome to Falstop." "Finally," muttered Mum, and we turned off. I knew it would be a small town, but I wasn't expecting it to be this small. There were only a few houses that were sporadically dotted here and there, but no sign of the manor house. I began to wonder if we would ever get there when the sat-nav sprang into life. "Finally," muttered Mum again. "Take the next right-hand turn," it said in its bossy, authoritative tone. The next right seemed to lead us not to the manor house, but another country lane. We exchanged nervous glances as the shadows of the dense growth of trees peered towards Mum's headlights. Mum looked pensively ahead, and I admit I began to feel a little bit scared at the thought of what lay ahead, but excited at the same time. At last the car crunched up a loose gravel path, and I saw it all in my mind's eye before the trees parted, and there it was, the outline of it anyway. I couldn't see it clearly in the dark, only its stone exterior. There appeared to be no lights on, except at the downstairs window. The car lights revealed all sorts of chipped statues standing like ghostly shadows in the dark. There were nymphs holding flowers, a small boy holding a jug of water, but none of them were the angel I longed to see. As we pulled up in front of the house, the porch light flickered. Someone must have known that we were coming. But who? No one could have, unless they were. No, I can't think that. It can't be ghosts. Now, with the extra light, I could see those two statued lions with chipped paws keeping watch at the entrance, and the boarded-up windows on the second floor with illegible graffiti scribble. Mum sighed. "Mr. Simpson wasn't joking, was he? This place is dire. And why are there lights on? If it's squatters we're in real trouble. Trust me, those people are not easily moved." I wondered how she knew, but she didn't say. She clutched a torch and got out of the car with a look of determination. "I'll go and see what's what. You stay right here." "Be careful," I muttered, but she'd already slammed the door. Squatters, why didn't I think of that? Mum was probably right, but other thoughts, admittedly rather silly ones, entered my mind. One was that a whole group of rather ravenous wild animals lay inside, ready to pounce on Mum. Suddenly the thought of squatters did not seem so bad. I felt sure that Mum would be able to handle them. She was a lot tougher than she looked. A light came on. Not another on the ground floor, but on the second. I almost breathed a sigh of relief, thinking that Mum had got inside safely, and there really wasn't anything to worry about. That was, of course, until the curtains of that room were pulled back, and I saw a shadow of someone, a woman, but it wasn't Mum. I felt sure I would have recognized Mum anywhere, even in the dark, just by her bright colours. This woman was a tall, slim, dark figure. She seemed real. She looked down towards me, and the hairs on the back of my neck stood on their ends. I knew then what she was, and maybe Mum had seen her. What if she had her now and was holding her captive? I held up my mobile phone. Still, zero signal, typical. There was only one thing I could do now. I'd have to go and look for Mum. My shoulder pulled with a familiar burning ache as I reached and unclipped the seatbelt. I pushed open the door and shuffled out, moving my legs out one by one and trying not to wince at the pain. I started treading my way slowly through the gravel. She was there, of course, waiting, with her back turned to me. "Mom," I called. I don't know why I did that. She was clearly nowhere near and could hardly help me now. I had two choices. The first was to try and run away back to the safety of the car. I discounted that straight away. I could hardly run as it was. That left me with only one other choice. I would have to face this woman, this ghost, whatever she was. I walked towards her, ignoring the pounding in my chest. She turned and looked right at me. She saw me. She must have, I kept thinking. Still, I dared not utter a single word. Her long black skirt was splashed with mud. Her face was pale, as if she was gravely ill. When I looked closely at her tear-stained cheeks and red-rimmed eyes, I saw a sadness that I recognized. Still, I was afraid to get too close. I stood at the bottom of the steps that led to the porch, and she remained a couple of steps ahead of me. She held out her hand towards me as if she was trying to show me something. There was nothing there, just dirt and mud. "Hello," I said at last, wondering if she would reply. The heavy front door of the house swung open behind her, and she disappeared with a loud fluttering like that of a bird's wings. I turned quickly. I had thought that it could be the huge raven-like bird that I had seen in front of the car, but there was nothing. "There you are!" I felt a huge shockwave rush right the way through me, and instantly tried to calm myself down as I realised it was only Mum. She took my hand in hers. "Sorry, did I give you a fright? There's nothing to be scared of." If only she knew. What would I tell her anyway? I didn't even know if she believed in such things as ghosts. That was an extract from my novel, Claire's Diary. It's a young adult novel that's available to purchase in Kindle and paperback on Amazon. Thank you. Goodbye.